Welcome to today's video where we're going to be going through another utility watch, this time with Virtus.pro versus Team Endpoint. So during this game it was a constant back and forth, but I saw a nice set of utility used by Endpoint which actually caused a huge thing during the whole round. So they start off with 3 players with Banana with Mighty Max doing a flashbang, and then Robin uses his Molotov and Smoke early on. They then get pushed back off Banana and then go back to the site. But we then see Mighty Max return to actually do some retake grenades, which is actually done from an area which I did not see before. So he comes up towards the extra pillar that sticks out there, and then he does 2 jump through grenades, and they actually land perfectly at the top of Banana. So we're going to actually see that from his perspective now, just to actually make sure so you can learn the lineups yourself as well. So this is done at about 1:30 in the round, it's quite early on. You line up with the brick, and then line up with a window for a jump throw while crouched, and then line up with a roof and then run and jump through it as well. So this set of utility is actually pretty damn good because it means that they've already shown 2 smokes and 2 molotovs from the B site. And then after this molotov actually gone down, we actually see a flash from Robin for Flamesy to actually push and get a kill as well. Following this, we're actually going to see this from his POV as well. So he molotoved after Max's molotov had actually dissipated, meaning they then use a 3rd molotov technically. Robin's flash will come through, and this will actually land perfectly and give it a free kill. As the round developed, we saw Flamesy actually use his smoke on the entrance, and then he rotated to have a double site setup. This double site setup would prove to be very successful, as Robin would play the bait due to the MP9, and then Flamesy would come up huge, which actually you could argue was more soundly messing up and for whatever reason doing a complete spin while going to take him out at second oranges. Realistically, we're going to go through the POV of Flamesy again as well here just to see how it goes after the kill. But the main thing for me at least is just how that set of utility delayed the round so long but also kept VP on their feet, right? With a flash push as well as using the grenades to retake the control. It means you're keeping your enemy thinking at all times, and then also making sure that they need to double check every single grenade you use. Like, how many people is there here? We've seen 3 Molotovs. Is there 3 there? Should we go in at all? That sort of thing. And then Flamesy basically showing that he is actually all of the talk that has been coming through so far, and getting 3 kills on the actual entrance. So this next one is actually going to be some B-short utility done by Virtus.pro against Endpoint again, this time on Overpass. So this is a set of grenades where it's a HE and then a Molotov to actually get into the cubby towards B-short, which is then used with flashbangs for a player to peek to get anybody retreating out of that location. In this instance, we don't actually see any players from Endpoint pull out of the spot or anything like that, but you can definitely see the potential of something like this, because you could either go for a double grenade over that wall, or you can actually just go for the set of grenades that they use right here. Especially considering as well that they are very simple grenade lineups, there's nothing special about them, you just stand lineup, nothing else. And we're going to see it from Buster's POV just so you can see what it looks like from his side, as well as then what to pre-aim technically when you are going around that corner. So the third bit of utility is actually going to be a Heaven Smoke, and this is more about the power of this one smoke, okay? Because in this round, Endpoint were on basically an entire eco, really. Like they had a P250 or so here and there, and then it was just Glocks, right? So you're not really expecting to get much of anything. A plant was huge, but the fact that they were able to get that Heaven Smoke in, whilst VP were playing from further back, they got such advanced positions, which made it incredibly difficult for VP to retake the site comfortably, especially when Robin already had a rifle. And due to the power of Robin's having that rifle as well, he actually peeks very, very well and chooses his fights carefully, and that's actually the key to winning here. So we're going to fly this through his POV, and you can see he actually starts off with a pretty quick lurk through connector. Like, when you consider you're against an eco, you don't normally expect them to be up connector this quickly, especially when it's one person on their own. So he gets a free kill on Yekindar, and you see there he gets an M4 and a smoke. So we're going to speed this up because he actually does have a little sit around here and try to take some fights. But he's going to rejoin his team and actually give a P250 across, of course, because he doesn't need it himself now. And then we're going to see him line up this smoke, which is actually a really, really nice one, because Normally, we see a smoke being done from a bit further back on this case as well. And this lands pretty damn quick, too. So I put the corner and then just do a running jump throw. It's pretty simple. And then as they run into the bomb site, you'll see Robin. He's kind of like the... not the caretaker, but like he's the guardian angel of this team as they're going in. He tries to take all the fights that are needed. He then pulls back and tries to make sure, okay, I'm quite an important piece in this actual round. And he does play to, as I said, he takes his peaks very carefully. And also tries to make sure that he has the best chance possible when he is peaking. So when the retake's starting to come through, he knows, okay, they can't really take out the player in heaven very well, so I'm going to need to actually peek this myself. And he gets that kill, which is huge. He then will actually keep on delaying, keep on spotting areas, being a nuisance more than anything, and then knows exactly when to actually beat further as well.